Izzy, all the big words have already been said right around the world, so I'll just keep it Kiwi. Bloody good job, mate.
Good job, brother. Yeah.
We all knew when you left here what you were capable of. I wonder, when you got there and you see the big billboards, how high were they? They were 10 stories high.
Yeah, I mean, in Vegas, when you see yourself, it's cool because, like, I've always thought about it, and I've always kind of seen, especially after my first time going to Vegas for Mayweather-Pacquiao, after that fight, I kind of saw what was possible for myself. And I just sat down. I'd even partied that night. I just sat down in my hotel room and just looked out the window, seeing the Mandalay Bay, you know, all the big iconic buildings, and I was just looking around, just pondering, like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna take over this place one way by another. But, you know, 2 weeks ago was my first main event in Vegas, my first fight in Vegas. So yeah, a lot of people kind of opened their eyes, and after they doubted me, I shut them up.
Well, we knew what was going to happen, but when you got there, what were the American public like? Were they like, hey, let's go and see this guy, he's brilliant, or were they saying, hey, this guy might have bitten off a little bit more than he can chew? What was the feeling over there?
More the later half, more the, oh, he might have bitten off more than he could chew. It's only, I mean, they kept on saying, you know, he's only had 2 fights in the UFC, and you're putting him against Brad in the main event. And for me, those who knew, you know, even some of the Americans who knew, they clued up. They've checked my resume. They checked my background and realized, okay, this guy's not just another fighter or another kickboxer. They can tell, like, oh, okay, he's got something else. So for me, it was really satisfying just to go there. And I mean, one judge gave him 1 round, I think the first round, but I'm like, how do you score that his round? I smoked him in the first round anyway. I just fucked up in the Minari roll at the end. But that was my bad. But still, just because of that, you shouldn't give him the first round. I took the first round, and if that judge didn't fuck up, it would have been 50-45 all the way through. Clean sweep, like I said I would.
And did you get to meet him beforehand? You sign autographs together and that. Was there a feeling of, could you feel any intimidation from him? He didn't show it in the fight.
Nah, I wasn't intimidated at all. From him, he tried to mask it well, because it was his house, Vegas. He's trying to, like, you know, like, I'm the man, and this, I'm like, this is your place, but I'm coming to take over. And I just knew. I already had a feeling. I just knew the work I put in, the work we put in as a team, and I just knew it was like, it's my time to shine. Everything was just peaking up to the perfect climax. We're going to do it again, more and more.
Well, all Kiwis love tough fighters, and he proved to be that. I think, you know, I was quite happy that he made it to the end because he showed that all that toughness. Were you disappointed that you didn't finish him, or were you happy with, you know, you've just given him a bloody good hiding?
Yeah, I gave him a good hiding. Like, I was happy with that. My last fight before that, I wasn't really happy because I didn't finish him, but I think we've been duped into thinking finishes is the only way to succeed, because I smushed them all 5 rounds, and I still got a bonus. And that's because they realized, man, that's actually a performance of the night. That's what the bonus is named, a performance of the night. So for me to do that to a guy in the top 10, only my 3rd fight in the UFC, bloody good performance, and they realized that, so I got the bonus for that, which I'm really appreciative of. But yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of people get caught up in the finish, and that's what I look for. I want to strangle guys, I want to knock them out. But, you know, at this level, a lot of them are tough, and I just have to adjust. I'm still finding my, you know, my foot in there. You know, I'm just getting warmed up. So I said that after the fight. Eventually, I'll start putting these guys away like dirty laundry.
But your fight before with Marvin, different, and you talked on the Joe Rogan Experience about the rankings. Do you think the rankings are right, or they're mixed up?
They put me as what, number 9, I think. They don't know I'm number 1, so that's how I see myself, and that's all that matters. So for me, the rankings, and I asked, I was like, who makes the fucking rankings? I don't know. Like, what's their credentials? Who are they to decide you're this, you're that? And they fucked it up so many times, so I don't really buy into it. It's all bullshit to me. You know, it's just people's opinions, you know, and they can do what you do opinions best. You know, shove it where the sun don't shine.
Well, you got into the High Rollers Club. You're a celebrity over there now, no doubt about that. And you got to talk to Dana. I know it was after hours sort of thing, but do you think that you can have some influence on what your career goes or where it goes from here?
I have been. 3 fights in the UFC, and I've picked all 3 of my fights so far. My next opponent just got matched today, or the guy I wanted to fight, which was the Brazilian, what's his name? Paula. you know. So yeah, I don't get that fight, but I also look for Anderson Silva. I'll see if I can get that fight maybe in Adelaide. It'd be cool to get that fight in Adelaide with Anderson Silva. If not, I still have a foot. I still have a, because they're the boss, they're the matchmakers, but I can influence them how I choose.
And when did you say you're having a bit of a spell?
Yeah, I'm chilling for now. I still train. Like, see, I got some work in, but yeah, I'm just gonna not do the hard stuff for camp, you know, like just train for fun, for enjoyment. And yeah, I think by September I'll be back in camp.
Is the fact that, you know, you've had 20 fights in a year and probably harder ones than what you had over there, is it the intensity of everything around it that is draining? Like, the fight starts as soon as the announcement's made and it's still not finished, you know, you're still...
Even afterwards, like, I still have like media obligations and all these kind of things, so it's not just the fight itself. The fight's easy, I can fight anyone, but it's the training, it's the obligations, all these other things you have to take care of. But yeah, the training, we don't fuck around over here, we put the work in, so you can't put your foot on the gas constantly on the car, you're gonna blow the engine up. So yeah, I've been putting my foot on the gas pretty hard, so I'm just gonna pull back and let the engine cool down and let the mind just, yeah, refresh. And then when I feel that itch again, I'm sure it'll be by September. I want to fight, get ready for December 2nd in Adelaide.
Well, we can't wait to see you, mate. You did...
Hey, come around. Honestly, it's just like, Adelaide's not far away, so you got to be there.
It's, yeah, I'll be there. I'd love to be there, mate. And yeah, you did the whole country proud. It's great to see.
I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. More to come.